Kanneh-Masons are a family with a real string to their bow. All 7 children are classical music prodigies. And cellist Sheku, 21, is no stranger to the spotlight, after playing for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's 2018 wedding after being crowned BBC Young Musician of the Year in 2016. The youngsters, aged from 10 to 24, are also gifted on the violin and piano, and reached the semi-finals of Britain's Got Talent in 2015. The Nottingham-based brood have dedicated former university lecturer Mum Kadiatu and business executive Dad Stuart to thank, because of all their sacrifice and support. To mark Black History Month, we share a moving extract from Kadiatu's memoir, House of Music, about how the children never gave up on their dreams. When Braimah, at age 10, gained his grade 7 distinction on violin, and Sheku was about to take grade 7 cello, they were determined to audition for the primary Royal Academy, as Isata had done 2 years before. We asked the boys if they were sure it was what they wanted. "You'll have to practice a lot and work harder if you get in. Just look at Isata." We were asked lots of questions by other parents at the school gates. One parent said, "It's not fair of you to push 2 black city boys to audition for a place like that when they just want to play football." Close quote. Another said, "You are setting them up to fail." One parent asked us what it was like to be such pushy parents. Crestfallen, I asked Stuart if we were taking them out of their own context and trying to wedge them into an environment that wasn't theirs. He just laughed. "Who says it isn't this?" The following Sunday morning, Stuart and I were woken at 5 a.m, startled to hear the sounds of a half-size cello and a half-size violin being played in 2 different rooms, a bedroom and the bathroom. When we opened each door, we saw 8-year-old Sheku and 10-year-old Braimah practising with grim determination in the gloom of dawn. This pattern remained, the boys supporting each other in their self-imposed regime for weeks, turning down camping trips with friends and games of football in the park, because they wanted to get through those academy doors. One parent we knew chided us directly. "You shouldn't give these boys unreal expectations. Look at them. They don't belong there. It's cruel to give them unreal hopes." He saw the boys throwing their energy into ambitious sliding tackles on the pitch and laughing with friends, and couldn't match these boys with the ones who got up at 5 a.m. of their own volition to perfect a semiquaver run. When the morning came for their auditions, I began to think, what if these parents are right, and all this encouragement is unfair and misplaced? Just because Isata had done so well, did it signal some kind of genetic destiny? Were we innocently leading the boys on to catastrophic failure? We sat on the train with the 2 of them, my mother having driven from South Wales to look after the other children, and tried to be upbeat for our sons. This must turn out to be the great adventure and golden chance they saw it to be. Dominic John, the accompanist for the auditions, rehearsed with the boys and took each one into the audition room while we sat outside and worried. On the train afterwards, still not knowing the result, we discovered that we had boarded the wrong train and were charged an additional £150. And we didn't know if it had all been worth it. I still remember the hostility in the guard's face and feeling small and stupid, miserable at parting with money we couldn't afford. The envelope arrived 2 weeks later, neat, white and bold with the red words Royal Academy of Music. had we done the right thing, encouraging our sons to walk through the marble entrance hall, past the busts of Beethoven and Bach, to audition for a place each? The letter, which I read with breath held, began with, "We enjoyed meeting the boys and hearing them play," and then it welcomed both to primary academy. I sat down and let that breathe out. We had made the leap of faith, taken the risk and landed on warm ground. We had believed in our children. We didn't decide at the beginning that our 7 children would become musicians and pursue a professional music career. We still don't know for certain what paths they will all take and what changing decisions they will each make about their lives. When the family is all together, each child assumes his or her place in the order of things. Isata is in charge and precise about everything. Braimah is elder brother and spokesperson, either big brotherly or witty and satirical. Sheku is the cheeky little brother annoying his sisters. Kanneh, the middle child, plays a double role as Isata's confidant as well as second pianist and violinist. Geneva is both bossy sister to Aminata and a mature sister to the older ones. Aminata is funny and dramatic but unsure of herself. And Kadiatu is at once eager to please and knows exactly who she is. Home has evolved almost organically into a house of music. Our conversations are about music. Listening, playing, concerts, practice. Most of the jokes and teasing insults are musical, and no day can be planned or imagined without first working out the logistics of each music commitment. Music encompasses a vast emotional and intellectual world, and spending the time to know it and to be its instrument is a great privilege, but the cost is high, and I often watch and listen to the children, knowing how exposed they have to be psychologically and emotionally. To become a professional classical musician is similar to training as an athlete. It demands intense physical discipline, being alert to injury, and being mentally strong. As the profile of Sheku and his siblings has grown, they are often asked to reach out to children and young people who look to them for encouragement and inspiration. I have spoken to many parents who clearly remember the moment they saw a young black girl playing the piano in the BBC Young Musician Keyboard category final in 2014. As a member of a minority group within classical music, it is incredibly uplifting to see someone like you breaking into a world to which you hardly dare aspire. I know how seriously the children all take their position as young black artists in classical music, and what a responsibility it is to hold the door open for others. It is also significant for any young person, regardless of background, to see other young people playing with skill and passion, inhabiting without apology a world that can seem set apart. When they walked onto the stage of Britain's Got Talent, they were determined to bring the message that the power and depth of classical music can be accessed by everyone. Since then, they always rejoice when they see children and young people in the audience at their concerts, whether those people are learning to play or just enjoying listening. Surreal when Sheku told me of royal wedding gig. Sheku phoned me. He said Kensington Palace had phoned and the person had said, "Hello Sheku. There's someone who would like to speak to you." Then an American voice came on. "Hi, this is Meghan Markle. Want to play at my wedding?" I shouted out loud. Sheku laughed. Meghan had said to him, "I've been a fan for ages and didn't know you were British." This was surreal. Sheku was going to play at the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Before the wedding musicians were announced, Sheku met Harry and Meghan at St. George's Chapel. They both asked to hear what Sheku would like to play on the day. Prodigies, Sheku told them the 3 pieces he would like to play. "Could you play them for us now, please?" Harry asked. Meghan suggested they walk around the chapel and listen to the sound. When Sheku finished, the couple walked to him, taking his hand again. Meghan said, "That was beautiful, and that's what we'd love for our wedding." Close quote. When over 2 billion people, already agog at an English prince marrying an African American, tuned into the wedding and saw this teenage black cellist playing with all the love and passion he knew, it was clear the world was going to change. They refused to sing from same sheet as BGT chiefs after the family won a place in the BGT semi-final. The children felt like ambassadors for classical music and concentrated on a piece they loved playing together, Charters by Monty. They worked on making the piece as tight as possible. When the producers heard it in the run-through, it was rejected as being too classical. The children then spent weeks writing and arranging the harmonies for a medley of classical pieces, which would be shared and adapted between the players, flowing from one piece to the other with a witty centerpiece for a popular violin part from the Clean Bandit song Rather Be. But this was a big show, which has its own agenda and creates its own audience expectation. After they resisted pressure to walk on with white instruments and play only pop, the producers lost faith in what the children wanted to do, and we knew they wouldn't be promoted to win. I was proud of their accurate sense of musical identity, refusing to be molded in an alien image.